Had to cut that short because I'm so excited.
The intro slaps.
Welcome to another episode of Confessions of a Gamer Girl podcast. I'm your host, Doom Cutie, with my lovely co-host Ellie today.
Yes, hi, hello. I'm on the road today, so my background looks a little bit different, but I'm still excited nevertheless.
So happy to have you once again. She's very busy with her new studio build, so she's living her best life. But yeah, we'll hopefully see her next week. We finally am blessed. We are blessed with the appearance of the one and only Kitty.
Oh, you're very kind.
She's just like a Beyonce, just like doesn't need any other titles. It's just Kitty. Like that's it.
Just
like,
Kitty.
Everyone knows who she is. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're so welcome. How are you feeling post gaming convention season?
Oh, so good. Just for some context, friends, sorry. Look, Doom very kindly asked me 1 or 2 times to come on, and I really wanted to come on the show, but just...
You were such a cheerleader, and I was like, oh, no.
I've been wanting to, but pre-planning for a show is just so hectic that sometimes you do have to pull extra hours. So I haven't had the capacity, but I'm so excited to finally be here now that the show's over. We're just over 5 weeks out from PAX Australia. I am mostly recovered, but having PAX Australia back to back with South by Southwest followed by IEM, it's been a hell of a time.
The feels.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that for sure. But hopefully this means that you can have a smooth journey into the festive season and can definitely have a break. 5 weeks. Wow, that has flown by. Considering, most of us wait all year for this event, no pressure. Do you have any stats on PAX, like how many people attended, and can
I share them? No.
Yeah.
So
no.
In short, I can share what I can share. I'll be honest with you, because there's only so much I can disclose. So in short, from our numbers last year, we've definitely grown. So keep thinking that 80,000+ people. And honestly, to have that amount of dedicated fans come to a show that we literally put our blood, sweat, and so many tears into is so incredible. It makes me want to cry. It's absolutely phenomenal. And we just, we sold out of 3-day badges and our Saturday badges, and it's just freaking phenomenal. And just, I guess, satisfaction rate overall has grown as well by a good amount of percentage. So yeah, getting those stats in just it lets you be able to take a big breath out, being like, oh, I did it. It's done. People are happy.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. I mean, Ellie, you were happy as a attendee,
honestly, it improved tenfold from last year. Last year was obviously so much fun anyway, regardless, like 10 out of 10 anyway. But this year was just so much better. So I have nothing more than praise to say about PAX, really.
Yeah. And honestly, if you don't have praise, like that's okay too, because when there is feedback, sometimes and most of the time there's always going to be negative feedback, and that's okay, because if I can turn that into something that is constructive criticism, it just means that I can use that as building blocks to continue to improve the show. And that's one of the biggest things I've learnt working on a show like this. It's so easy to take criticism to heart, especially when you love the
Yes.
community so much and you just want to make everyone happy. So yeah, all feedback is good feedback in my eyes. Probably don't give it to me now while we're live. Maybe like post. Absolutely hit me with it, Ellie. But yeah, no, it's good.
I mean, we have a whole episode with our feelings about packs. So
I listened to it.
Yeah. So
I took notes, so thank you.
Yeah, I think we were constructive.
Good.
No.
I think definitely no hate, because like honestly, it's a slog getting a podcast up every week, let alone managing so many small teams, the transport, the brands, and money, and that's a lot. It's a lot. So well done to you.
Yeah. Oh.
Big breath out. Big breath out, even just for being in the gaming space this year. It's been huge, absolutely huge, and continues to be huge. Ellie, how has your week in gaming been? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? It's a good question, really. Pretty much consuming all the games I have no time to play on anything possible. So reels, TikToks, short form, especially maybe a bit of YouTube here and there. So, but even though I have not had a lot of time myself to get down gritty, dirty gaming, apart from Fortnite, I've still been enjoying it.
That was, oh my gosh, so fun. So Finally, it's taken me joining the team at Quest Daily to be like, right,
yeah,
what are we doing? And Julian is fantastic. He's like, okay, we're gonna play. And I'm like, yes, we should play, because the guys they're doing Movember, right?
Oh, cute.
And I was like, we can't grow moustaches. Like, what can we do? And then he was like, oh, well,
I definitely could.
I do have confession.
Absolutely
I do have what after I had my first child, if the joys of procreation.
Hormones.
Fucking one white hair on my chin. Kidding.
Slay. Love it.
On my chin, and I didn't know.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely.
It hasn't grown. Like, I have to see if it's there now, but no, it hasn't grown back. No, because it was so fine. I didn't even it wasn't, and because it was white, it's like I couldn't see it, and you could only see it like in a, in the right light. But yeah, so anyway, that's as far as I've gone into growing a beard. But anyway, so Julian was like, oh yeah, you guys can, do it with Fortnite, and I'm like, girlies, let's play Fortnite. Next minute, Julian and Sean, the editors, are like, oh yeah, we like Fortnite, we play Fortnite. And then next minute we're all it's Ellie, it's me, it's Control Craft, it's all of us, and it was just a great time.
Love that. Is look, I haven't played Fortnite in eons, probably not since it first came out, truth be told. Is it cross?
You know what to do then, Kitty.
Compatible? Absolutely,
yeah,
I do.
You can play a Switch, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible. Because think back to, like, I'm a 1990s baby, right? And thinking back to even when we first were able to go online and play with our friends, like, that was absolutely mind-boggling. So to actually have that cross-compatibility and everyone's so nonchalant about it, it's just like, how far have we come? It just mind-blowing.
And this is a free game, and people are complaining about, buying skins. Like,
yes.
Look, I love a cheeky skin. I do.
Oh, we do. Like, I have a few.
I'm that sucker. I look cute, as I don't even make top 10. Like,
yeah, but like the only thing is, I know that they're trying to get my money, but and I understand.
They're coming for you. Epic's coming for you.
But like, the way that they price things is always like, you have to buy the bigger coin pack, like the bigger
bundles. They get you.
Yeah, no, but it's like, it'll be like just above the amount of the smallest V-Buck pack. So I think the smallest one's like $20, and then like you have to buy the $40 one, and then you have leftover V-Bucks, and then it's like this cycle, because you've like got a little bit of V-Bucks left, and you're like, oh well, there's like it's kind of like they burn a hole in your pocket because you're like, well, they're just sitting there. Like that's and then the girl math
And you
kicks in,
collect
and it's
more.
like,
Yeah.
and then but then those leftover V-Bucks become free, and then you're like, well,
Yes.
actually, I'm saving money. I'm just like, fuck.
Love
it. For V-Buck math. Good times, Ellie. Good times.
Yes. Yeah, I'm having an absolute ball with Fortnite OG. And as someone who has only started playing in like 2020, so not even that long ago, they've still, incorporated all these places in seasons that I've played. So even though I haven't played the OG versions of these places, I still recognize them. And so coming into this island where I recognize almost every place on the map is so lovely. And I get to see how it was originally. So I'm, as a Fortnite nerd, and I will happily state that, I even have clothes and merch of Fortnite and skincare.
Love that.
I'm having so much fun.
And that's what gaming's for, right? Like, you don't have to be a sweaty player to be a gamer. You can play just for fun, and that's the beauty of it.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
That's totally it.
Yeah, I know people think this is kind of wild, but this year one of my goals in gaming was to become better at shooters. And I get a little bit intimidated by the Call of Duty and the Valorant and, everything's grey and brown. And I was like, I don't know. I can't learn
Did you say Valorant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a bit more fruity.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit, but it's not.
Describe it.
It's Overwatch is fruity.
Yeah. Fruity scale, definitely epic. Like Fortnite. Then I reckon Overwatch.
Yeah. Then Valorant. Then Call of Duty. I don't know what else is like Aim Labs. Like that's not a game.
And then I reckon CS:GO is like right at the bottom. It's getting fruitier though.
What about
Siege?
Escape from Tarkov, all of those
Escape from Tarkov.
Big shooters.
That's sweaty as hell. That's
I'm not allowed to play that. I try to ask my guy friends if I can join them. They said, "Oh, I don't think you like it."
Jealous.
So I sulked in the corner. Now I haven't started it because I don't want to prove them right.
I'll play with you. I'm garbage, but I'll definitely put my hand up. I'll give anything a go with games. Why not?
We'll try and get a hacker so we can wear glittery skins in there.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be cute while I'm playing. Like, why not?
Yeah. What's the point otherwise?
If I'm going to die, I might as well look pretty. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Ghost.
Hello, yes.
A beautiful corpse. A beautiful corpse. So my goal for this year was to get better at and I wanted to teach myself like mouse and keyboard shooting. So I was like, okay. So I jumped into Fortnite and I've actually become a lot better. So
amazing.
And in a non-threatening, casual, fun kind of vibe, So yeah. I have no shade towards Fortnite at all.
Look, I might get back in and join you. Why not? I'm playing on PC.
Yes, this is the best news I've heard all week.
Yeah, I'm playing PC. I play PC. Even though I'm an Xbox girly, I play my PC.
They go hand in hand.
Good time. Yeah. Good times. Speaking of good times, this week I have had the pleasure of talking to more people than I thought I ever would.
Amazing.
For co-ed conversations, because we are approaching the end of our first season of Professions of a Gamer Girl podcast. We're in episode 17 of our 20 episode season, and it feels like
everyone clap at home.
Bravo! I did it. I had no choice, honestly. Like I was actually in my co-ed conversation that I had before this. I was telling this person, I was like, I kind of had no choice. Like I was like, number one, like, it was a gift from the muse, as Chantel would say. If you listen to that one, she's a spooky gal, she's a we love to see it. But yeah, and I was just spirited to kind of keep doing it. But also like Alana Pierce would probably like come down on me like a ton of bricks because she was like, this is a great idea, keep doing it. And I feel like she might step on me and I won't like it. She will if I stop. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. And for some reason, I just can't stop. So after the podcast is finished, and I'm saying, Ellie, talk to people. We want you to have conversations too. So Leishy, come on, guys.
Yes.
You can do these
shooting
too.
my shot. I'm shooting my shot with a few lovely ladies on Instagram. Take that out of context, if you will. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get some lovely ladies, because I think one of my goals for our podcast at the moment would definitely be chat to a voice actor. I think that's one of my big goals, because I just find it so fascinating. I need to know more, and so I'm going to work on a few of lovely ladies that have their voice featured in games. So we'll see, and I'll bring a co-ed conversation to you.
Amazing. Well, any intros you need, let me know, because honestly, that's the biggest part of my job. It's just knowing people.
Oh, heck yeah.
I have a little black book. You let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like, hitting up my guest this week, and she was like, just ask this person. I was like, are you sure? And you're like, yeah, just do it. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, you know what? It's a great community, and I'm so glad that I'm collecting you all, and I'm going to assemble you in a little Discord very soon. So just get ready for that invite. And yeah, every woman that's been on COAG, we're gonna join in, and it's gonna be a great time. Oh, the chat is looking very good, which is unfortunate for our Spotify listeners. But who do we have? We have QB Gaming, Quokka mouse pads. Use code GamerGirl for 15% off.
Amazing.
Heck yeah. And they're fantastic quality mouse pads. Let me just tell you, because I popped our Confessions of a Gamer Girl one on my desk not too long ago, and I love it. And I'm a bit of a messy girly, so I've spilt some things in my history of having a desk, and machine washable has saved my life. Just saying. Machine washable.
I don't, you know what, QB, you don't market that enough, okay? I've been marketing the hell out of it, because my Doom Cutie one is white. And I put that. I put it in the washing machine. Kitty, it was fine. And I had like cup marks and
the rings.
Yeah. And you know what? It was great. So take that one.
And gamers are messy. So take that and run, because we snack over our desks too often. And some people, rumor has it, not me, eats ice cream over their desk and spill stuff. So I'm sure those people are out there needing to know they're machine washable.
So risky, especially with the keyboard, babe. Like, whoa.
I know. Good thing I don't do it.
Them grooves.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. If you haven't cleaned your keyboard or your mouse or your controller, now's your opportunity to do so, and your reminder.
That's why Sony was risky making the PlayStation 5 white, because white controllers, as a teenager, we had a white Xbox, and let me tell you, that thing never survived my brother's room without some grit or grime on that controller. And I guess maybe it's a good thing, because we can see it and we can wash it, like wipe it down, but the white does expose you, I will say that. So Sony's brave.
Exposing secrets left, right, and center.
Wouldn't want to put a blue light over that. Anyway.
Absolutely feral.
Oh my goodness. It's been a massive week again in gaming. We want to touch on a couple of news items that have really resonated with us. Ellie, what's yours for this week? What's really touched that gamer girl soul?
Ooh, on November 8, actually, so only a handful of days ago, we were actually blessed to find out that there is a Legend of Zelda live action film coming. And I think that touches the hearts of a lot of 80s and 90s babies, because long time coming. And yes, live action, not like what we've recently seen with, with Mario and a few other makes of games and things. Live action. Think The Last of Us, live action, which is super exciting because I'm personally more of a live action girly. So that to me is music to my ears. And so Wes Ball will be directing it. You might know his work on The Maze Runner. That's probably the most notorious that he has directed, which is super exciting as well. So I, for one, I'm looking forward to that. Did you either of you play much of Legend of Zelda?
Is my absolute favorite game of all time, Ocarina of Time, followed by Twilight Princess. And probably I'd say Tears of the Kingdom coming pretty close. Or look, absolutely one of my favorite IPs by Nintendo. I don't know how excited I am about the live action. A big part of that is I don't want to hear Link talk. Controversial. I love that Link does not have a voice because for me as a player, it means I can fully immerse myself into that character. So I am, I guess, dubious about the film. I know it's in good hands by the directors and Nintendo, but I'm not super excited about it, but time will tell.
Right, yeah.
Ooh.
So
I know.
Keen to see what comes of it, but also nervous to see the results.
Absolutely. Especially when it's like it's IP that you've grown up with. Yeah. It's So for some context as well, I just saw Five Nights at Freddy last night. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. That's also another fandom. I'm very love the lore, love the game series. And they did a pretty good job, I thought, of turning the game IP into a film. I was pretty happy with it, but I always go in with such low expectations. So we'll see how the film comes out, I guess. What's it like ETA, like 2026?
As far as I know, there is no official date that they have said that it is coming. Yeah, so it's a bit of a teaser. Control-Alt-Craft wrote an article about it, and it basically also states that Miyamoto just says, hey, this is what we're doing, get excited. You'll maybe see it eventually. So shout out to Control-Alt-Craft for an awesome article on that. So
yeah, I'll go read it. Thank you.
They're dangling it in front of us, and whether or not we will see it soon. But obviously at the same time, that can also mean good things. You don't want to rush anything. So
for sure. We need carrots are important. We need something to look forward to. I love a good carrot. In gaming, in film. Get excited. When I found out that Margot Robbie was going to be Barbie, babe, I was
amazing.
I was over the moon. I was just like, how could they couldn't have cast it more perfectly. So definitely excited. You know what, Kitty, I didn't think of that. I didn't think about the voice. The voice is going to be.
That's just my personal opinion, though. I know some people would.
No, you know what? It's kind of, I would kind of link that to when they had Master Chief take off his helmet, the first episode of the Halo series. I was like, the fantasy. The
still
fantasy.
Raw to me. It's still.
Master Cheeks,
why
did they do this?
Decision was made and it was executed.
Look, it's shocked. It's so shocked you can't even articulate the amount of disappointment you feel. So yeah, I would have much rather a little bit of mystery and you know what, if they were going to show him doing something extremely human, at least some, never mind,
they just really went for that primal human behavior. Hey,
no, but it wasn't even good.
No.
Have you watched Outlander? Have you?
Absolutely.
Even Bridgerton has better.
Absolutely.
Come on.
That is written for women, Bridgerton. They know their
that
audience and they execute it.
Was it Shonda Rhimes? Is it? Oh, yeah. She's the director.
Shonda.
Shonda Rhimes. Yeah. So they know what they're doing. They know all the angles. Clearly, Paramount did not. Just saying. That was not for women. I feel like they tried to make men feel too comfortable. And they disappointed all the women, just saying. But hopefully, especially for Kitty, like Nintendo, if you're listening, do it for Kitty. Don't disappoint her. Like,
Yes.
Really. Yeah.
Because I do agree. I think it's time to be a bit more uncomfortable in theatre, in the way of like, it's a bit different. Who cares? Like every single film does not have to go by the same formula. We can have a bit of difference. And like, you know, the Coda film that came out with the deaf cast, obviously it was a lot of signing, and same with Parasite. People were almost offended to read subtitles, and so they're like, oh, how dare it not pander to me. Like, could you imagine Link not having a voice at all? Let's make these people squirm. Let's flip cinema upside down and be true to the game for once. Like Henry Cavill Wood, why do you think he left The Witcher? He left The Witcher because they weren't staying true to the Witcher lore. So let's continue. Let's do it for the gamers. Who cares about the masses? The gamers are the masses. Let's go. We'll make the money.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to put a poll out there, I think. Will Link have a voice in Zelda? Or any of them? Yikes. Okay.
Time shall tell.
Now that time shall tell, and that is certainly a hot take. I'm not used to hot takes, Kitty. I knew you'd bring the heat, but darling. I'm a bit bamboozled. I'm a bit like, oh.
I will give the hot takes. It's what I love to do. I love to do it. I'll still be considerate of everyone's feelings, but I love a hot take.
It's fine. I'll just have to deal with it. It's all good. Speaking of hot takes, Rockstar Games is probably the leader as a gaming company to have extremely hot takes on the type of stories that they tell gamers. And they recently celebrated their 25th anniversary on the 8th of November, which is extremely exciting. But a lot of people in the gaming industry, they're a bit tired. They want to see something new. They don't want to have to keep, playing a game that was released on the PS3. They want something new, and I am one of those people. So it just so happens that we were given a amazing announcement from Rockstar, and I will read it. We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Thank you, Sam Hauser. Did any of you catch that tweet? How did that make you feel?
Oh, it did. I was like, it's about time. It's about time. And I'm very excited to see what storytelling comes out of this. Yeah, I'm excited. How about you, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm the same. I actually, this might be showing my age, but I actually wasn't really allowed to play many of the Grand Theft Autos. So now that I'm a big girl, I can actually go out and buy my own copy, and I can actually play it on my own couch. So big girl money, girl math combines, and I'm going to go and get myself a peach iced tea and GTA.
Good for you.
So I'm very excited because I've always liked it. I used to play it little bits and bobs at my friends' houses, like without my mum knowing. But I've never played the full game. You just kind of whack it on and, go and run over people. So I'd be very excited to actually play the game, the campaign for once.
No, I was a bit naughty. I think my stepdad was just a little bit more liberal with games. Same with movies as well, actually. Like Terminator is actually one of my favorite film franchises. Like that whole thing. And I watched it from when I was a little kid. That's where the doom comes from, you know. So I think that, and I think that I think that translated into games as well. But I remember playing the first GTA. So you know, where I'm that old. You know? But I did see, I think it was a tweet, and someone said it was like comparing like buying GTA 5 and then buying the new one. So it was like, hey mum, can I get the new GTA 5 game? And now it's like, will that be cash or credit? Like, because you're paying for it now. So I think it's such an interesting experience.
Yeah, the community trend that comes out of it's been great.
Yeah,
Like
when it was like, it was like when it first came out. What did you look like? And when it's
so
coming
good.
out now,
Oh my gosh,
like...
I was cackling at those pictures because that is such a deep dive into, again, I'm a 90s baby. Looking at all of those photos of what we looked like when we were that age made me lose my sugar honey iced tea. And makes me laugh because I have cousins who are now that age to when I was when the games first came out. And they haven't gone through any awkward stage or anything. They're just really trendy young people. And I'm like, what is this? This is unfair.
It's
Where's
disgusting.
your sparkly blue eyeshadow?
Oh, it's actually
unacceptable.
Thank you.
You know, just on that point, I think it's because we have so much, you know, so many people looking. Like if I knew that many people were looking at me when I was 13, 14, you know, 18, like I would have probably made more of an effort. You know what I mean?
I was making effort.
You don't understand. I was making an effort.
You know, white corners of my eyes. Oh, watch out. Saturday night special.
Oh my days. Sorry, I didn't mean that to be a call out, just a observation of how technology has changed teenagehood. Sorry. Yeah, no, you're correct. I look at some of the teenagers growing up, I'm like, they didn't make them like that back then, you know. So I totally get that. And they didn't have like a disposable camera, you know, in their face at every event, you know, just and now they're like trendy.
Yeah, because they're retro. That's why. Vintagey.
I know.
It's really rude.
Like going back and looking at like at a friend event and putting on all the old photos that you take at parties and just going through like there'd be like 100 and you'd go through for like, you know, half an hour to an hour just reminiscing of the old, like the communal digital camera at a party, and you just take the weirdest photos. And now it's so curated and so beautiful. And you know, you would see like angles like this back in the day, and like you just look back and laugh. But there's such a difference between young people back then and now, that obviously because the internet and people want to continuously look amazing into the future. But looking back on those photos, I'm so glad that MySpace was probably like the borderline of where we'd upload stuff, because lock them in a vault, but laugh at them, but lock them in a vault.
That's where the selfie game came from, you know. Like I didn't have that cool. Yeah, I didn't have.
Sorry, you talk. I keep talking over you. My bad.
No, it's fine. I was just saying, like that's. I wasn't a cool like emo chick with like the really super duper layered hair. That was always the vibe. Were you that you had?
I so thought you would have been. No, I so thought you would have been.
Oh. No. I was when I was in high school, I was in the debate team. science fair queen.
Get it?
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM.
Get it?
It's the vibe. And yeah, I didn't have like a lot of like girlfriends because, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've never been like into gossiping and stuff like that, so I guess I just didn't fit in. And also, like the coolest guy in school lived next door to me, and he had an Xbox, and I was like over there like every day watching him play Halo because I couldn't touch it. So yeah, no, I wasn't emo. I wish I had an emo phase, but yeah,
still time, babe. Let's go. Yeah.
Emo era.
Topic order. Just do a bit more of a side friend. Get the liner out.
oh
Take
yeah,
photos like this.
you know, I was
Mm-hmm.
a Twilight girly. Like I did like Twilight, so that was So that was, you know, that was borderline.
That was an era all on its own for sure.
We have gone
like I attempted to read
in
it,
a different direction.
GTA to Twilight, the pipeline.
Speaking of pipelines, how do you guys feel about there potentially being a female protagonist in GTA? And if you think it's going to happen, what kind of vibe do you think she's going to bring to GTA?
You go first.
Badassery. I'd say badassery. I'd say she's going to be a tough cookie. Like I said, I guess I don't know heaps about, like, I know like the characters, but I don't really know like the campaign stories or anything. I just know it's like naughty. But I suppose she would be like, yeah, a tough cookie that, you know, looks after her own. And I hope she's a bit of like a, dare I say, like a little gangster sort of thing. Like, you know, holds her own, mafia boss, looks great in leather. Maybe, dare I say, she has like pink shoes or something, just to add a little bit of flair, just for fun. Bit of spice, but you know, mainly disrespect because badass. Walk away from an explosion vibes.
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much if you haven't played through the whole campaign of GTA 5 because I'm not 100% sure how much is actually going to be carried through to this new one. Like obviously it's been a long time since that world. I mean, I'm sure like some OG fans you know, they'd love some Easter eggs, you know, throughout, you know, gesturing or nodding to the previous stories, you know, because there are some people out there that are really massive fans of this franchise. And, you know, I think what I've always known about the GTA series is that the story has never actually been that serious. It's always taken the mickey out of itself, or like always, and they've always, even though they represent these characters, they do it in such a satirical way. And yes, it's extremely offensive, but they know if you just listen to the radio that's on GTA, if you pay close attention to it, you can tell that they know what they're doing is actual utter trash. Like they know, they know that it's garbage, but they also know that it's a vibe. Like it is what makes Grand Theft Auto what it is. So yeah, it's taking these real, like I can honestly see like them implementing references to like OnlyFans and, you know, even more so really leaning in, and they did with GTA 5, but even more so with probably like political stuff, like, you know, I'm sensing like maybe references to like Donald Trump, potentially references to I don't know, some of people like Taylor Swift, like, you know, people who are being iconic, you know, Kardashians, like all of that stuff. I hope that they bring a lot of those references in really weird and kooky ways like they usually do. Yeah. Kitty?
You ready for another hot take? I know you're ready for this. All right.
Here we go.
So if we look back, just bear with me on this one. If we look back on Game of the Year nominees and winners, most of those titles have had a male lead.
Yes.
Or it's been a game where you can choose which character you want to play. I would hope that the new GTA takes a direction in which you can actually choose which character you want to play. That's what I would personally like to see happen. Now, I know that's not always the way because there's a storyline and how it's usually driven. But I think it would be beneficial for the audience that is growing in the gaming community for that opportunity. Also, from a designer point of view, like, I personally would love to see more female leads. We've seen a few games that have come out previous years, but it would be good to see a new story. I don't know how well that will be received amongst gamers across the board, because I think a lot of men traditionally growing up played GTA. I'm not saying this is a right or wrong. This is from what I have observed seeing in the gaming community. So I would either like a female lead or the option like what they've done in Starfield and Baldur's Gate, where you can choose and create your own character to then have that journey. So yeah, hot take-ish.
I like that. Kind of similar to how Far Cry 6 was in the beginning. You can play you can't obviously switch between, male and female, or whatever. But you can just pick one, and then the whole storyline changes around your preference. So yeah, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity to introduce other gender minorities into gaming. But I mean, it depends how much they take their fan base into account, because and this is probably, like, as much as I'd love to see that, only 15% of players of GTA are female.
And that is why it's in line with my hot take. It would be beautiful to see going forward that more games adapt that model of course, having, choose your preference, choose your character, build your own character. I think that would be so sick. But yeah, it comes down to marketing, what's going to make the game sell. And I hate putting my marketing and sales hat on. I hate it, but having so many years experience in marketing and, influencer management, public relations, like, it's very hard sometimes to look at a game from a consumer lens, but then also need to understand you have to look at it from a marketing lens and how a game's going to sell. Because that, again, and this is the heartbreaking news that's been happening all the past few years, is all these studio devs being let go. Like, we don't want to keep seeing that happen. It's freaking heartbreaking. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see in what direction they're going to go.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. It would be very fascinating, but I would also want to argue the point, I suppose, if they do go just stock standard female lead, like no option, is that devastating enough for certain gamers to then boycott the game? And if it is, I think that is a stronger issue amongst themselves than it is the gaming community. Like that, I'm sorry, if you do not want to play a game purely because of the gender of the lead character has changed, there's an issue with that. Like, and I can put myself in those sorts of footsteps too, because obviously I quite like Lara Croft. I think the games have been fantastic. I've grown with her throughout the years, and I cherish them. And so if I say to myself, if they were to make a Lara Croft, not just another game, because Uncharted to me is almost like a boy version of Lara Croft. So not making another game, but rather putting a male in Lara Croft, how would I feel? And the fact that I go, it would be different, but it's not enough for me to like poo-poo it. Like I wouldn't throw it out. I wouldn't get rid of it. Then I think then that's fine. Change is scary, and that's okay. And it can be a different vibe, and that's okay. But I think if there's going to be players that literally would not even pick up a copy and boycott the game because they change genders, I think that then is a social and a societal issue rather than marketing and money and will GTA win anything due to this. And I think it blows up after that. So it's okay to have big feelings, but boycotting.
That's a great perspective, Ellie. I totally agree with that. Awesome perspective.
Yeah, definitely. But at the end of the day, I don't think they care. Like, they do care, but like on the level, on the level of priorities, it's probably it's probably like, you know what? This is the brand. We're staying true to the brand. It's extreme. It's extremely macho. It's extremely
and money runs the world. So it's whatever makes money, right?
It's numbers. Numbers run the world. It's followers. It's money. It's
They're not out here trying to make a political statement or anything above that. I don't think the inclusivity is their issue. I think they want to get a game out there that their older gamers will love, their newer gamers will love, and that will make the money and keep them in the business, which you can't blame them, because obviously that's the business word for you. That's studios have to make money. But also in a modern climate, you would almost argue that with the discourse of around inclusivity, whether it be gender, whether it be race, whatever, it's obviously evident that it's important within film, TV, technology, that people want to see themselves and they want to be represented and they want to be taken seriously. And that then bundled in with the fact that gaming, not really anymore, but obviously, as we know, gaming can be quite male focused. There is almost a borderline responsibility to continue having respect for everybody. And it is a slippery slope, because then you're saying like, okay, well, if we're introducing a different gender, then are we introducing different abilities? Do we have to introduce like multiple genders? Like, it does become a slippery slope, but where does the slope start? And are you bothering to even stand on it? Or if you're just like, nah, I'm chilling where we're chilling.
I love it. I love a hot take. I love opinions. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's definitely, and it's important to have these discussions. Like, you know, if we're going to go into the whole like male versus female protagonist or any other gender minority as a protagonist, the fact of the matter is I love Spider-Man. I do. I love how creative the story is, but I would love to see a female equivalent. Like, because it's so deep and meaningful and lovely. Like, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I would love a Mystique RPG.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
What a call. That would be that would be elite.
Yeah.
That would be elite.
There's so much lore there to explore. And I think the way that Spider-Man plays, like, obviously it's not like swinging through the city or anything like that. but yeah, I think there's a lot of female stories that could be told, and I'm here for it. So yeah, I can see how some people might be like, oh, I don't want it to change, because I would never want Spider-Man to be Spider-Woman. That's okay. Spider-Man can exist. But creating opportunities for women's stories to be told through gaming is something that I want to be more of a priority. I just don't know.
Like a Spider-Gwen.
Yes.
Like a Spider-Gwen getting her own moment.
Yeah. Play the sugar nasty out of that. That'd be so good.
So yeah. I mean, I look forward to it. I hope that it happens. One thing that GTA has always done really well is actually, like, as much as they've taken the mickey out of different cultures, they've always had multiple races. Always.
Oh, it's so cool.
So you know, if one game does it with no shame, it's them. But yeah, I guess time will tell. Time will tell. And I'm thinking that the sneak peek or whatever that we're getting in December will be at the Game Awards.
Yeah. That December 10th. When is that?
7th?
Coming up. 7th? I need to put it in my diary. Sorry.
That's okay. I get confused because everything comes out in American dates.
Gosh,
yeah. I was getting excited over Sony's Portal being released in a few days, but that was just American. So in November 15th, America get the Portal, and I was like looking online. I'm like, oh, it's coming out soon. Yeah, no, Australia has not got a date yet. So I was very, very disappointed in that, because I'm still looking for a handheld, and I think I'm looking at the Portal more than I would the Switch, because Nintendo's primarily a bit more cozy gaming than my taste. And I like the idea of, taking what I've got on my PS5, even to the bedroom. Even to my bedroom would be handy, let alone, taking it AWOL. But yeah, American dates trip me out and get me every single time.
Oh, speaking of the Portal, the fact that the new OLED Stream Deck got announced, pretty much like when the PlayStation Portal released, like that's a bit spicy as well.
It's all happening.
Kitty, what are you looking up?
I'm looking at Game Awards. I was trying to find the time.
Time.
December 7th.
Yeah, December 7th. Yeah, that's
probably early hours of the morning. I can only imagine.
Yeah,
it's a Thursday for us. Yeah, so I'll be up watching that.
So would that be like early Thursday morning, even maybe late Wednesday night?
I think late Wednesday. Manaja. So 7th is the Thursday. So I think it'll either be really late night Thursday or early morning Friday.
Yeah. Friday, yeah.
I'm not good with time zones.
It hurts.
No, I'm not either. No. I used to live in America for a year, and even then I was still like, what time is it here? I don't know. I'm still in Australian time.
Times are difficult when you're a gamer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and the sun's coming up, and it's 6 a.m. and got to go to work. I've been playing Fortnite for 7 hours. My bad.
Hey, I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I've been watching. I love all the content you've been rolling out from it. It's been great.
Oh, thanks.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little expansion. And if you know anything about World of Warcraft, and you're interested in jumping in, there are some really quick mechanics, like quests and stuff to do, and like killing bosses and stuff, and it will like give you the right item level, which is like how powerful you are, to be able to do the new raid. So yeah.
What time of your life as well?
I know. Like you can go from not playing World of Warcraft to just jumping in like now. Like I didn't play my mage like last season or the season before, and like she was like 50 eye levels, like too low for any of the content, and I just did all the quests, and I was like, I'm like 9 item levels away from being like pro gamer, like for the new raid.
I love that.
It was
Ellie, have you played?
I haven't really. I haven't really delved into World of Warcraft really. Yeah, it's not really been on my radar. Maybe I should.
No, but Ellie, it's never finished.
That's okay, because is this
I just want you to know.
The quests just keep going or something like that, don't they? Or
new expansions ongoing, stories growing.
Yeah. See, that's okay. That's okay. I think that's not too bad. I am notorious for freaking out over open world, but that sort of thing is a bit different to like Skyrim or something that like it just in itself it keeps going. Whereas if there's like updates and things, I think that's a bit more exciting, because does that mean you can finish whatever's going on and then wait for the update and then it keeps going and going?
Finish the campaign.
Is that how it works?
The new one will start. Yeah.
There's other stuff too that you can do, like professions and battle pets, and collecting items from previous expansions, and exploring everywhere, and PvP. You can do play versus player, battlegrounds.
You do PvP? Sorry, do you do PvP?
I used to be a little pocket
Bless
healer.
You. Bless you. I could never.
Yeah.
It's stressful. I play PvP, but like actually going to do like PvPing, I like avoid people. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I do not want to deal with you. I'll do it because that's where my guild was, right? They were on a PvP server, so I was like, I guess I will. But yeah, no, I'm really excited with the content that's rolling out. So I actually haven't played a full campaign of Retail. I've only played Classic.
Okay.
but I would like to. But I'm really excited because there's a new expansion in Classic, which was Discovery of Seasons.
Yeah,
coming out.
I'm not a classic girly, but I will probably play that.
Woohoo! Yeah, come join. I'm really excited about that because I took a break. This is obvious, but PAX is quite intensive, so I stopped playing World of Warcraft.
It's hard,
raiding because I was raiding like 2 to 3 times a week with the guild, which is such a beautiful thing to be part of a community. But I just didn't have the stamina bar for it. Long days, late nights, burning the candle at both ends, not a vibe. My poor skin was so dry. So, I stopped playing games like that. But it's going to be so exciting to delve back in, and just with all the expansions and like the 3-year rollout plan is just incredible. They've gone above and beyond.
Chris Metzen got under your skin, did he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, I've been a fan for a while, but I'm really excited. And the tough thing for me as well, a few people may not know this, but my role as content manager for the show means I look after anything from panels, but also to keynote speakers. So I get really excited whenever I see someone of that level. And I was like, oh, I'd love to get him to the show. I already have an aspirational list of 20 plus people that I'd absolutely love to get to this little island
bucket list,
Australia.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just forever inspiring to think, how can I execute something like this at the show that's going to make people excited? So yeah, I love watching events like that and getting excited. It's really cool.
Yeah, there was some really incredible keynote speakers at BlizzCon. Some of them were okay, but I can't remember her name now. One of the lead producers for Hearthstone, she was amazing.
Hearthstone, so good.
People are like, what is Hearthstone? What is this? No, I don't think like Ellie and Leisha are like, what's an MMO? They're like, they don't know what I'm on about.
That's fair. That's different things for gaming. It's so fair.
And this is why I love doing this. I love getting people women from all walks of gaming life, from professionals to content creators, and just jamming you all together and being like, what are we doing? What do you love? Let's talk about it. So yeah, on that kind of train, I actually want to shout out Stormy. So Stormy has created a little podcast called XP Share, and she actually gets people on and they talk her through a game that they really love. Because Stormy was a little bit, she got into gaming, I guess she considers a little bit later, but it honestly doesn't bother me when you started. And yeah, she's getting people on to walk her through games. So
awesome.
It's really cool. I think 8-Bit Elliot, 8-Bit Elliot did Zelda, Breath of the Wild, I think.
It's such good content around Breath of the Wild on TikTok. It's excellent.
And then I think Cuzbot did Overwatch. So she has played Overwatch before, but I think Cuzbot has played at a more professional level. So I think, lots more to come from that. So really awesome to see. Yes, another Perth girly. We love to see it. And yeah, so many different kinds of gamers out there. And it's just so fantastic to be able to bring you all here onto the show. Love it. Love it so much. Amazing. What else? What else do we have to talk about this week? Kitty, has anything gaming news sparked your interest?
Honestly, so much that I cannot even really put it into a sentence, because I'm constantly reading and researching what is hot and fresh to think about next year for the show. Outside
of
constantly.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
It's a blessing and a curse.
A blessing and a curse.
Look, mostly new seasons I'm just excited about, and just jumping back onto MMOs with friends and having late night jam sessions again will be good.
Yeah, there's really nothing like it. And if you've got a good guild, it really does. And it's similar to events like PAX. Like the people really make it. Like you guys put all the groundwork and the scaffolding in, but it's the people that come that actually make it a good time. And
so I can tell you a few other stats that I meant to tell you and then spaced on. But
about PAX this year?
About PAX. Essentially, we had just under 200 panels. Oh, yeah. Just under 200 panels, over 200 tournaments, and over 30 community meet and greets and other activities. Yeah, it's busy.
That's awesome. That's a lot
We were
going
one of
on.
them.
I was sad. I didn't catch many panels this year, unfortunately. I wish I
was
had
so
Hermione's
many.
Time Turner.
Yeah, because there's so
Was
much
there
happening.
Was there like double the
There
panels
is.
from last year to this year?
We did more this year.
Yeah.
By we, I mean myself. Just talking about myself and the royal we.
And the royal we.
There's so much happening on the show floor though, and in the concourse. You've got the speed running. You've got handheld. You've got so many other things happening. Cosplay lounge. The cosplay theater as well. Like, there's literally so much going on, and you get distracted. Because I know when I was attendee, I would have my schedule and I would be walking through, like, oh, this panel.
Then you see something, and
I would see something, or I would see a friend, and next minute I'd be at a pub, and I was like, oh, I followed my friends here, and I was meant to do something else. So that happens. As long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like something I've seen that's been the highlight for that, and has been the brushes and brews.
Yes.
I think everyone loved
Bethesda.
that with Bethesda. So those hands-on experiences, like obviously, like, and they don't even have to be like at a console or at a computer. Like they can be like gaming adjacent. Really cool.
Cool souvenir. That's what I really appreciated.
So yeah, that was an incredible experience. And again, like that is the people, like getting together, you're doing something that you wouldn't ordinarily do and just having a great time. So I hope there's more of those. That would be really cool. And hopefully you get to work with like some really amazing companies next year.
What? We always reach out. We always reach out and ask. It's whether the invitation is accepted.
Oh, that's it.
Oh. Look, I understand Australia is really far away, but like I reckon I'm predicting you had over 100,000 attendees. And that's getting into
probably
six figures.
That day alone.
I think getting into six figures can,
I think we're definitely getting there because it was definitely a big growth from last year, and yeah, it's just good stuff. It's good stuff.
So hopefully we'll be playing the new GTA at PAX next year. I don't know.
I hope so.
Maybe Rockstar will be there, or I don't know, something.
Yeah. Who knows?
Something.
Yeah,
maybe
some
Blizzard
bigger studios.
Blizzard will be there. Have a little. Oh, you know what'd be really cool if there was a Hearthstone themed bar activation at PAX.
I have the worst poker face, but look, we can only hope, right? We can only hope and do our best, and put the invitation out and see what happens. That's all we can do. I hope it's another really good year next year. I do.
Me too. I can't.
If the community is loud enough and requests it as well, I think that's a really good thing as well.
Okay.
You've got to be vocal about it. They've got to say who they want.
I want Chris Madsen at the Hearthstone bar.
Same here, babe. Same here.
Oh, we love to see it. Amazing. Poker face. Yeah, that was a tricky poker face for sure. QB, stop distracting me. I'm trying to close the podcast. Oh my goodness, Kitty, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
We could chat all day and just about random things.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to stick to the topics, and it was very I knew this would happen, but it's been an amazing time, and thank you so much for being here. Tell everyone where they can find you and what games you'll be playing.
Yeah, look, I am pretty much on most social platforms. X, also formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram are probably my two most prominent. So just Kitty can't even. My DMs are pretty much always open, especially if you want to talk about anything career-wise as well. I really love talking to people about how they can get their foot in the industry and giving tips and tricks, and also connecting people. So I'm more than happy to talk with everyone. DMs are open. And that's mostly it. But yeah, I'm finishing off Tears of the Kingdom, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm going to be playing the new Classic WoW expansion, Season Discovery. And I've just downloaded as well, Talking to Strangers, which is like a cozy game on Switch. So I'm really excited to play that as well.
Talking to Strangers.
Mm.
Okay.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's discovering stories from strangers and talking to people, and it's looked like a really cute, cozy game. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do something different. I'll give it a go.
Okay. You know, that was me all of South by Southwest, talking to strangers.
It was. Yeah, you're busy. I love it.
Oh, I have to. Okay. This is for the video is almost ready. Okay. Now, I've hesitated releasing it because there's a portion of that video where I speak to a bunch of students, gaming students. It was a vibe in there. It was fantastic. We're in this concrete building. Sydney is humid AF. I was sweating from every single pore of my body. Like even my ears were sweating. You know what I mean? Oh. And you know, I've got bangs. Okay.
Yeah. It's hard maintenance.
It's great. Anyway. So imagine some crazed, hasn't slept very well on the last leg of South by Southwest coming up to you. You know, they're happy to talk to me. And I'm like, hi, what's your name? What are you doing gaming? And meanwhile, I'm sweating. I'm shiny. I'm shiny AF. I'm just, it's a hot mess, you guys. It's a hot mess, but you know what? It's authentic because
absolutely.
That's it.
We want. It's what the people want.
And they're like, well, talk to her, otherwise she might cast a spell on us or do something, guys. Talk to her. Please talk to her. Please say something. You say something. You say something. And you're there like, let me ask you questions.
So savage. You always looked well put together when I saw you, Jim. So
yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for confirming that for the public.
No,
I usually am. That time was the exception, but I got some really good content from the future of women in gaming, and I look like a sweaty mess. So when you watch that, please
slay.
Please consider my state and the building and the just look. I'm 32, all right. We just
No, we're gonna do that. Bye. Bye.
We're real around here. Thank you, Kitty. You're the realist. Love to see it. Ellie, what are you up to this week? What will you be doing? Where can people find you?
Yeah, that's a good question. This week I'm going to be continuing streaming The Last of Us, which I do every Wednesday night, which is super fun. That will be on Twerk and Queen on Twitch. We'll go live around 7 o'clock. So sus if you've got a different time zone. And we all hang out. We have a lot of fun over there. I'm going to be continuing hustling the Fortnite Battle Pass because that's just what I do. That's just what I do. And then I do want a different linear game, but whether or not I continue down that Alan Wake route or if I'm kind of inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's now, but I bet you I don't know, all the copies will be snapped up somewhere. So maybe I've missed the boat on that, but I've got lots of options. So I think I'm going to hide in my little hidey hole because Melbourne's been quite warm as well. So you kind of go for your walk in the morning and then you hide for the rest of the arvo. I think I'll be harboring with a few games to play.
Amazing. Love to see it. If you're not following Ellie on Twitch, go check her out. Twerkin Queen.
Oh, and Ellie, what's your IG for your pop and reels that I always cackle at?
My pop and reels, yes. Just Ellie Dewhurst, just simple me, Ellie Dewhurst. I'm posting reels, having fun, laugh and validate me. That's all I got to say on that one. Kitty validates me.
She does. No,
she hits that double tap.
So good. Yeah, love to see it. Ellie has some fantastic reels over there. And also, at least she's not here to shout herself out. So head over to her Instagram and her YouTube channel. She's got some amazing videos up. Her most recent one about the prompter from Elgato.
Which I need. I need and I want. I want and I need. Do I do much prompter work? No. Do I just want it? Yes.
Well, you
could. You can put your Twitch chat up there.
Yeah, but then I'm going to be staring down the barrel and I'm going to be like, hello, thank you for that chat. Let's continue gaming. I feel like I think I'll just really hone in on my chat and my squad will be like, okay, let's all stop watching her now. And they're already dropping like flies. I'm creeping them out. All right. I need to harbor them back. So maybe I'll just use it for my reels and really script my reels for once in my life and not do 50 takes of everything.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's something that is quite ingenious of Elgato, and we're big fans of Elgato around here. They're a product sponsor for us, so thank you so much for making us look and sound our very best here on Confessions of a Game Girl podcast. This week you're going to see that video.
I'm so excited.
I'm holding you to that. I'm holding it. I don't see it. I'll be tweeting at you.
It's coming out tonight. All right, it's coming out tonight.
Getting the popcorn.
Oh, far out! I'm
put it on the big screen.
No, don't. Right. Oh,
we're gonna do this, Kitty.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
I'm gonna bust my projector out. We should film reaction videos.
Yeah,
and look, it's a long one. It's like 25 minutes long. So
love that.
It's easy to watch.
Dinner time. Let's have a dinner.
Ellie, you're gonna. I'm actually gonna be roasted. Before I get roasted anymore, thank you so much to our Spotify listeners and to our YouTube watchers, whether you're watching now or post. Thank you so much. Let us know, what are your predictions for the Zelda movie and GTA 6, and we will see you all next week for our 18th episode. Love to see it. Next week we're having Fiamma. Can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much.
We're turning 18.
I wish. Back in time.